Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Drago's Deck Guides. Intro today will be a very quick one because I feel like we're discussing a lot of what's happening going forward. A expansion just dropped today, added a bunch of new cards, and I'd like to highlight a couple of those decks. The explanation for the deck's pretty long on this video, so if you guys want to see more gameplay, just go ahead and skip to minute 10, and we're going to actually split this up into two parts. So hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, like and subscribe. Alright, so Legends of Runeterra expansion has finally hit. It's a fun one. It's a whole bunch of new cards, new archetypes, exciting times. One new archetype stood out to the Timmy and me immediately, and that is big old tossing sea monsters. So the idea is that this deck just has too much value to lose. Once it gets to medium to late game, you just cannot beat it. Unless you're playing hard aggro or like Ezreal combo. So to counter hard aggro, we have a few cards in this deck that actually synergize really well with the toss mechanics. So Thorny Toad and Dead Bloom Wanderer both toss and give you lifesteal. Now at first I was a little wary about the whole toss mechanic. There are a lot of cards in your deck. For being honest with you guys, there's almost no situations in where you're going to run out of a card in a game. And with this kind of deck, once you get deep, you just start winning, especially with all the duplicate effects that you have with Nautilus, with a Hoarder, with just a lot of stuff. So dredge as much as you want. There's no downsides to it realistically. Speaking of dredgers. When I'm summoned, toss 3. It's a 1 mana 2/1, gets your dredges going. Really good card. The whole idea is that dredgers, Thorny Toads, and Dead Bloom Wanderer all keep you kind of in early game. Jettison actually put 2 in. I originally wasn't running, but it's a lot harder to get deep than I thought it would be. It's really hard to get down to 15 cards efficiently. So I went ahead and put 2 of those in there. Since it's burst, it lets you get deep mid-combat, which is the real power of it. So if you have a couple deep monsters on the board, the opponent swings with all thinking that they're safe. You're like, he's 4 away from being deep. He can't do anything. You play this, all your creatures get huge buffs. You win the combat, you win the game. Jawl Hunters. When I'm summoning, create a random sea monster in hand. Sea monsters are all deep as far as I'm aware. So it's got really nice synergies with the toss, with the deep. It's a 3 mana 4/1 challenger, so you can pick off key early game units. This is a good card. Lure of the Depths. Reduce the cost of sea monster and allies everywhere by 1. I'm still thinking about this. It does draw a sea monster, but it is a 3 mana do nothing. So I'm still wary about this. I feel like it's good enough to run 3 of. Maybe I might cut it down to 2 and for favor of more early defense cards. We'll see what happens. Mokai. Mokai is one of the win conditions. You get deep enough, you toss enough, you have enough things happen, you win the game. That's the win condition. This is pretty much our saving grace against combo cards or combo decks because he obliterates key combo pieces. So here's the entire way we win against combo decks. We win against aggro decks with early game. We win against combo decks with Mokai. We win against all other decks with the rest of this monstrosity. Riptide, stun an enemy, shuffle that enemy into the deck if there's an ally. Nautilus. Nautilus is a sticky boy. If you get him out there, he's going to stay there unless they have hard removal. I'm talking vengeance removal. He does not go down to damage. So you get Riptide, Nautilus on the board, shuffles them in. That means no death rattles. That means no revives. Nothing of that sort. Anivia doesn't get egged. None of that stuff happens. They just go into the deck, do not pass go. Really fantastic. And if you combo it with Mokai, you can actually obliterate a card you couldn't obliterate before. Outside of that, it does stun an enemy if you're in a really tight spot, and I don't recommend this, but 4 mana stun an enemy isn't the worst. You've got Yasuo's ability, which is 3 mana stun an attacking enemy. So this can actually prevent people from attacking if there's like an Anivia on the board or something like that. This is not the worst card when you don't have a Nautilus. Amazing top tier removal when you do have a Nautilus. Salvage, toss 2, draw 2, just a good card. Gets you 4 more deep, tosses 2, gets you 2 cards in hand. Nothing to say about it. It's Pot of Greed, but slightly overcosted. I could see it 3, but it's fine. Beast Below. This is one of those cards that, you know, looks really unassuming, but it is the legendary 4 mana 7/7. When you get deep, and you should be able to go deep relatively quickly depending on your draw states. So the idea is that you play this on 4. It's just a 4/4. 2 turns later, if it's still sticking around, you should be able to get it to 7/7. That's just big enough to be a problem. Abyssal Eye. I really like this card. It is an elusive, deep, Nexus Strike 3/3 draw card. So it's elusive. It comes out on 5. It can't be dealt with unless you deal removal or other elusives. When it strikes, it draws you a card that makes you even deeper. Good, you know, value generator, and then the deep makes it really big. It makes it a 5 mana 6/6, which is huge. That's it's like 7 worth of mana. So you get it out there. It really is a win more card, but it's a good card. Devourer of the Depths. This is one of my favorite cards introduced. Obliterate an enemy with less health than me. So this is crazy. This is so good. You get this deep, that is just obliterate an enemy. That's silence. That means death rattles don't go off. They're not in the graveyard. They're not part of the game. I really like how this deck goes about not dealing with undead and graveyard types of arc decks. Just absolutely primo removal card. Nautilus, big boy of the deck, Big Daddy Nautilus. Mid-ranged. So this is another deck I've been meaning to try. Swain sounds so cool, but I do want to keep playing this deck for a while. So we're just going to play it nice and slow here. I don't really know what his game plan is, but our game plan is beat control decks. So if he's wanting to slow down the game and control the board, more power to him, you know? Away from deep. This is a card I've considered putting in my deck. I just don't know if there's room for it. I think Thorny Toad could have been better. I think Thorny Toad could have been a better card in general. Away. That gets us to 2 away. That's pretty good. There's Swain. Wow. It's a card. I have to play this just so Swain doesn't smack us. Rip. It's a good combo. That should get us deep. Yeah, that gets us deep. Then we can slam Nautilus onto the board. Turn 7 would be fantastic. Praying he doesn't have Mokai removal, but we'll see what happens. At least not until I can play my single Thorny Toad. I hate saying that card's name. He done turned him into a Thorny Toad. That's fine. I think this guy's a little bit conflicted on what he wants to be. I don't think this deck's gonna do good unless it goes one extreme or another. Pretty big boy. Mokai is almost leveled up. That's good. Mokai's so hard to level up, I feel like. I feel like in order to level him up, you have to get him to stick on the board, and a 4-mana 1/4 is very hard to stick on the board. So this should hurt a lot. A 13/13 is no laughing matter. He could be running Vengeance, which if that's the case, whatever. If he Vengeances me, then at least I get a Swain off the board. And Mokai is very, very close to leveling. He actually lost his heal there. I don't know if I would have done that, personally. Lady, running down to the riptide, making her way to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand man. I'm gonna kill this because our brains are really big. Say goodbye to your deck. Alright, first Mokai level up. Here we go. Wow! 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 Incredible! Wow! he's got 4 cards! And they're not chin. He's got 4 cards left. Oh no! Oh no! What? turn to win this? What is you doing? Oh, Jesus. I don't even know. I don't even know. I guess I just pass. Fuck it. Oh my god. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just messing around at this point. He's got 3 cards left. Jesus. Maybe he's got me. Maybe he's got Ruination in hand. I love this deck. Oh no. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous amount of win. This is the definition of overkill. Oh, Lord. That was a ton of fun. Show that one to your kids at home. Or play another, and then I have to eat at some point today. Unfortunately. That's a good hand. It's a lot of dredge. So he's playing sort of Freeze, War Mother's big deck. The fact that he's gotten both of these so early is pretty good for him, but we'll see how the game evolves out. So he's got the mid game, obviously, but I think we'll be fine. to deep. In fact, we're going to be at deep this turn. So we will have on curve Devourer and Nautilus. This should be pretty big. We should have jettisoned right there. Oh well. Dang, we're actually pretty close on the Mocha. Not close enough, but we're pretty close. No. No thanks. Oh my god, Mocha is so close. Oh no! That's the Mocha level up. We just gotta survive what he's got going on right now and we win. No! Rip your deck. Alright, he's got to win with what he's got. Let me tell you, he ain't got much. This is huge. He has to do something right now. Or I'm just going to run him over. Oh, there it is. Mokai is crazy.